you Waxling. Good to see you. Good to see you today. Hi there, Fizzy Goes on YouTube. Yes, we're streaming on YouTube again today as well. I haven't been streaming on YouTube in a while. I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry. Hi, Lulu. Hello, welcome in. Hi, Staple. Hello, hello. Good to see you guys. Welcome, welcome. So today, I'm going to first start the subathon because I completely forgot about it. There we go. Before I forget, before I actually fully forget. We're going to start the timer and we are gonna react to the 6v6 death block of Overwatch. To be real, I watched the group up podcast, was somewhat hopeful, but maybe the death block might be encouraging. I guess we'll see. That is oh gosh, I don't know. You're subatoning what? Crazy? Yeah. I've been having a subathon going. I actually was sick for 2 weeks, so I haven't streamed in 2 weeks. I'm recently back again. Hi there, Kulias. Hello, welcome in. Hi, Santi. Good to see you. Send the link on Discord. It's fine. I got it open in my little browser. And you guys like it? Look at that. Oh shit. I need to move myself, not that. Okay, let me see. We'll go to news, and it should be at the top. Maybe I do need a link. Never mind. I'm gonna grab the link. Never mind. I can't find it. I thought I was ready for this. I wasn't. Alright, let me grab the link real quick. Let me just add it in there.
Hey, you are finally awake. I saw you getting ambushed by that Imperial force when you tried to cross the border. But more importantly, have you hydrated today?
I have hydrated today. Thank you so much, Waxley. Thank you. Alright, let's go. We're going into it. The director's take opening up on the conversation on 5v5 and 6v6. Overwatch 2. Hello, everyone. There's been a lot of talk about 6v6 lately, and it's only intensified in the recent weeks since we posted our latest director's take and made a Twitter post with a promise to talk about it in the future. Well, now is the future, and this is that next piece. So let's get into it. Wait. Let's not get into it quite. Oh, please. No. Don't hype this up, please. Oh my god. Okay. This is a pretty complex and nuanced topic, and it gets to the beating heart of what makes this game tick. Our players have different opinions and preferences about the ideal number of players in an Overwatch match, and so does our team. We're a microcosm of the broader community and discuss this internally. I'm hoping that this piece will serve as an introduction to our own discussions and jumping off a point engage with all of you. Okay. It's a bit worrying. This is a bit worrying because I feel like they're gonna give us like, you know, this is the reason why we don't have 6v6. This is the reason why we don't have it, and now you can discuss with us. And that's what I feel it's gonna come. But okay, we're just gonna keep on going. Right. I also like to set a few expectations and ground rules. Okay, cool. First, it's pretty long. Creators are gonna lose their voices reading this one aloud. Okay, thank you. If you like a TLDR, the what's next section should suffice. Nah, we're fine. We got this. My voice will be fine. It will be fine. I trust. Secondly, I'm not here to tell you what you ought to like or even what's empirically better. This is a game, and your preference for fun is relative to your own taste, ability, and experience. It's true. Lastly, there are years of discussion that affect such a fundamental piece of Overwatch. Some of you might be intimately aware of these, while others might not. Before diving in, I'd like to set the stage and give some context on some of the larger changes to the game that ultimately culminated into the 5v5 format we have today. Well, let me hear, chat. Who of you actually likes 5v5? Because honestly, when Overwatch Beta came out, I played it with my friends, and we went into the game, and I remember all of us, after 2 games, we were like, should we just go back? So I just go back to Overwatch 1 real quick? Let's just go back. So we just go back? And everybody's like, yeah, let's go back. That was in the beta already. We were like, let's just play some comp, you know? Yeah, it's cool. Let's play some comp. It wasn't horrible, but they made mistakes in the balancing around 5v5. I think initially, my initial thought about 5v5 was that there must be less clutter on the field, right? Less clutter is better. But I will say, I do think 6v6, the second tank, does make a difference. And I feel like solo tanking can be quite stressful, and it can be quite annoying. Because if that tank dies, it's over, innit? Not me. I played Overwatch 2 Beta 2. Kind of a tank main back then. I do not play much tank anymore. You know what, Fizzy goes? I completely understand you. I mean, is tanking really fun? I mean, for people that are main tanks in here, right? Main tanks in the chat. Like, is tanking really that fun for you guys nowadays? I mean, they're OP now, so maybe it's like, you know, maybe it's a bit fun for you guys. Now it's OP and you can like literally murder an entire team, but you know. Other than that, I don't think I found tanking as fun, you know. But tremendous pressure. Yeah, I feel like usually when a tank drops in Overwatch 2, when a tank dies, it's over. The game's over, I feel sometimes. It's like, oh yeah, well, there goes our front line. Whoop! Now we're gonna get rolled over by this big monstrosity of another tank. It's not. The pressure's always on, and you don't have tactics. I love the strategy making as a tank. Yeah, for sure. I miss Ryan Zarya. I miss Winston Diva. I miss... Nah, I'm not gonna say it. I was gonna say, I miss Sigma Orisa. I miss Double Shield. Nah, I'm joking. I'm actually joking. I don't miss Double Shield at all. You know, they could have just, in my opinion, they could have just made the Orisa changes, you know, the rework. Just made the rework for Orisa and kept Double Shield in. Or not Double Shield, just kept the 2 tanks in. Because, you know, that would have fixed Double Shield, wouldn't it? Because it was Orisa and Sigma that were the problem. Just fix it. Easy. Just make Orisa what she is now. And we have no Double Shield. We have Ryan Sigma, but whatever. Ryan is a brawl tank, Sigma is a poke tank. It's a difference. Big difference. Sigma Orisa now with the Orisa real. Exactly! Exactly! I love being an aggressive tank, but with 5v5 I was often forced to be a meat shield instead. I think tanks are definitely training dummies. I'm so sorry. You're just a target. You're just a target to shoot up. And you know, we don't even get ult charges DPS, so you know, it's not really that worth it. Alright, so we're gonna go into the historical context according to Aaron Keller. Here we go. There have been 3 large format changes to Overwatch, and the first happened shortly after the game launched. This was hero limit. Before this, there could be any number of particular hero on the team. You could have 6 Genjis or 6 Reinhardts, if my memory serves right, and the winner of the team 4's first internal tournament was on Winston and 5 Zenyatas. We call it the Quinston. Zenyatta orb stacked with no caps and the healing was glowing. Oh no! Okay, I don't want that back. I don't want that back, chat. Oh my god. Please no. No. I remember that. I remember that there was no cap on heroes. That was toxic. That was horrible. That was actually horrible. We don't want that back. We don't want that back. 3 Heinrods. That's horrible. Yeah, we don't want that back. But no. What they did, that limiting, that was fine. No limit was fun. No, it's fine. It's fine what they've done, okay? This is fine. Alright, during the early development, it was necessary to have duplicate heroes per team. Our first core combat milestone only had 4 heroes. As the roster grew, this was no longer necessary and also introduced issues. Overwatch heroes are very distinct kits with impactful abilities. Stacking abilities could be fun, but it poses challenges to balancing many of those abilities in the game. Yeah, if you can like literally put on infinite Zenyatta orbs, that would be OP. You can one-shot a Mauga. No Limits at first was so chaotic, and if you could have it, it was fun to make wacky strategy. Yeah, true. I think I actually contributed in Quinston once or twice. Yeah, I mean, it was funny. It was fun. I mean, even open queue was fun, but I'll be honest, like, I was a support main. Back when Overwatch 1 had still open queue only, there was no roll queue. I was a support main, and like, I always pick support, so for me it wasn't really much of an issue, right? But to be a support main in a full team of only DPS, it was questionable sometimes. I was like, oh my god, I wish you just enforce 222, please. I just want to have a good time, but I can't. You know? And that's why, as a support, I really liked 222 when it came out. So yeah, it was kind of like, you know, yeah, I think it was kind of worth it in some ways. I think it was kind of worth it in some ways. All right, where was I? Oh yeah, the stacking abilities could be fun, but it poses challenges to balancing. Yeah, fair enough. I think it's just DPS doesn't seem to notice that the support's being attacked. It's true! It's true! I had that in a game the other day. Oh my god. Mercy! Zenyatta! And heal me! I'm like, I'm dead, bro. I tried my best. I defended myself as hard as I could. I used all my cooldowns. Oh god. Alright, people have referenced the double barrier, but back then you could have 6 Imagine cycling 6 immortality fields. The number of team compositions and strategies available was huge. The variety was great, but we didn't feel like we could ever truly balance the game without severely watering down our heroes. So we made the choice to impose a limit of 1 each hero per team. This essentially solved the issue of ability stacking, but it did have a few side effects. It traded some of the creativity in putting together team compositions for a more consistent and balanced experience. It is true, yeah. Support players in Overwatch 1 definitely were more support and healing category. It was such a shock for support players in Overwatch 2 because all the ranks, they had to deal more damage pressure. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I already did a lot of damage pressure in Overwatch 1 already. I was a mercy main for a long time and I switched to Ana. So I was doing a lot of damage pressure already, I felt. Just in Overwatch 2, it was a lot more necessary. So yeah, I agree with you, Physicos there. It was a lot more necessary now. Cared a lot about saving all the characters and the weird that people went for limbs, but nowadays support going for limbs is a norm. Yeah, I think I've said it before on stream and I'll say it again. I think Iliari and Moira are DPS. They're not support. They're just DPS. Like honestly, Iliari's ult is pure damage. It's not even. It doesn't heal. It doesn't provide. It is literally pure damage. It's not a healer. It's a DPS. I think Iliari is a DPS, and I think Moira is a DPS just as much. It's just a DPS with a heal, and they're both just DPSs with heal. Really, it's just the damage is just insane of support lately, and you know, in a way, it's nice as a support to be able to defend yourself, but you know, in another way, sometimes it was kind of, you know what? I think in a way it rewarded your game sense a lot more if you were defenseless. Does that make sense? Because Overwatch 1, I felt quite defenseless. Even as Ana, I felt sometimes quite defenseless. Like, I had my sleep dot, of course, and you have your anti-nade and whatever. And even though you feel quite defenseless, and still now, actually, in Overwatch 2, you feel quite defenseless sometimes. And I feel like your game sense rewards you. Like, if you know somebody's coming for you, you can prepare yourself, right? You're like, oh, okay, wait, he's coming my way. Okay, I'm gonna line up my sleep dot real quick, you know? You can prepare yourself, and I feel that it rewards. Moira doesn't reward game sense. Moira just goes in, sucky, kills the DPS because the DPS has to aim against a Moira that's zigzagging left and right, and you have to aim at her, but she doesn't have to aim. And then say, whoop, she's out. Bye-bye. Back to safety, you know? And I just feel like it doesn't reward game sense at all. It just... I don't like playing Moira. Sorry, I hate Moira. I'm just ranting about Moira because I don't like her. Moira almost was more heal worthy because the death ball was a thing and Moira was good at supporting death ball. If we went back, Moira would definitely feel more of a support. Yeah, if we went back, for sure. Definitely. Go in and sucky. Yeah, that's what she does, okay? That's what she does. Oh gosh. I'm going on a rant on Moira here. I won't. Okay, wait. Alright, so it took away some choice from players, which is true. Yeah. Okay, we were back up that they made the one hero only, which brought back some choice. That's true. So if someone wanted to play Tracer, but you were already a Tracer, they would be unable to. A theme of this and future decision was limiting match variety as well as player freedom and creativity in order to create a more balanced, consistent, competitive experience for players. Remember this point, because we'll touch on it a few more times in this piece. I think the hero limit rule was a great decision, and we will make it again. The other two large format changes have a lot of positive benefits, but are not as clear-cut. I see. I feel as a new character comes in, they have to go through every other character and balance, sometimes having to change them. I miss scatter arrow. You miss one-shot tank arrow. Oh god. You know, that's why I had such a... That's why I was so good at Hanzo. It's just one-shot tank. Holy shit, I remember that. People ranting about game balance of a game I don't play is pretty entertaining. I mean, yeah, you know, it happens, okay? It happens. Oh god. Okay, we have the second largest change, which is indeed 222. 222 was the second largest change, which, by the way, whatever they're saying, whatever they're gonna say, we all know it's because of break. We all know it's because of break. They couldn't fix break. They had to make 222 because otherwise GOAT would have ruled forever. We all know it. We know it. Everyone knows it. The devs know it, but they won't admit it. Or maybe they will. We'll see. Will they? Alright, the second large game, or change to the game's format, was the move from open queue to role queue, which limited the team composition to 2 heroes from each role. Before a role queue, there was no enforced 2-2 team composition, and players had the freedom to select any role they liked once they loaded into a match. With open queue, teams had a lot of freedom of choice about what heroes and team compositions to play, but there were quite a few problems that role queue intended to address. Prior to implementing role queue, there was a stark imbalance in the number of people playing each role within each match. Damage was by far, and still is today, the most popular role, and tank was by far the least popular. In fact, seeing matches with 5 or even 6 damage players on each team was not uncommon. It's very true. That's actually true. Yeah. Scatter Arrow definitely took a lot of skill before Hanzo players realized the shoot. It did, yeah. True. I remember trying to get the geometry plays. Oh, that was very cool. When you would shoot inside a building and you would get people killed because you shot inside of a building at the right angle. That was really cool, yeah. Those were really cool. Ghost broke the balancing team. Yeah, absolutely. This role imbalance frequently led to wildly imbalanced matches between teams. The game played better when heroes from all 3 roles were selected. The disparity caused social issues as players would try to pressure others into playing tank or support roles even if they didn't want to. That is also true. I will say it became a little bit more like, for example, somebody wasn't performing well on DPS, right? Someone wasn't performing well, and there was a lot of times like, get off this stupid DPS, go support, go mercy or something if you can't aim, you know? And there would be a lot of like toxicity, I think, regarding that. So yeah, that's true. There was a lot of disparity, I would say. It made balancing heroes more difficult since we couldn't balance around a certain role ratio for each team, and it even made the introduction for new heroes more difficult since any new hero kit had to take into consideration hundreds of different team compositions and abilities that could overlap with it. The move to a role queue format was aimed to mitigate these challenges. To be fair, I think eventually, I said it yesterday, but I think eventually Marvel Rivals might have to come up with the 2-2 format as well. Eventually. Even though I love how the game is right now, I think eventually it might have to. Battle Passes probably will make me leave the game. I like Battle Passes in game. I don't mind it too much, but I do agree the start of it was really bad. When they put heroes on the Battle Pass, that was not nice. That was pretty bad. Hey there, Silver Dragon, how you doing? Welcome in. Good to see ya. With a player's missing 1 shot, swap the tank. Yeah, exactly. Miss 1 shot and it's like instantly switch. Go switch, Widow, switch, Hanzo. Hanzo, we don't need Hanzo. Switch. It was Widow, Hanzo that was the switch, and Symmetra and Torb were the Tor picks. It was quite funny. Alright, what do we have more? So the move to the role queue form was aimed to mitigate these challenges. Oh yeah, because they couldn't balance it. Practically, they say they couldn't balance this, but we all know it was break. Anyways, moving to role queue solved many of these problems and added some additional benefits to the game as well. With role queue in place, matchmaking is based on skill given in the role, not just skill overall. Some players have wildly different skill ratings per role, so the ability to matchmake around set roles provided a big measurable boost in match quality. Role queue also solidified the identity of each role, and the fantasy of doing that role's job became clearer. Now, when we had Overwatch 2 and they did like this rank reset thing in general, I think also when they did like a rank reset thing with role queue, it put me in like plat tank, and I was just like, no. I'm not a plat tank. I am a gold tank, and I am proud. Oh my Lord, Raven! Yo, thank you so much for the 5 gifties. Yo, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the 5 gifties. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you. And do give a big thank you if you've been hit by the 5 gifted subbies from Raven. I appreciate that so much. Thank you so much. Gold tank and proud, insane comment. Yeah. Like, I'm not a good tank, and I admit it. I'm not good at it. I don't play well on tank. It always goes wrong. It always goes wrong. Again, Raven, though. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, tanking always goes wrong with me. Skeffi hasn't streamed in a while. I was working early this week. Yeah, that's true, Silver. I haven't streamed in 2 weeks. I wasn't streaming in 2 weeks, but I'm back now, so don't you worry. Don't you worry. I made Symmetra at first, but when Symmetra's beam latched, I was thinking of more. It's shorter than Lucy. Oh god, Symmetra had a lot of reworks, didn't she? Symmetra had a lot of reworks. We had the shield, like the thing that she threw out. We had the shield generator. We had the teleport ultimate. We had what's it called? We had the lock-on beam. We had just the normal. I think we just had the throwy things. Really, 2 weeks? It felt like 5 months? Ah, no! It was only 2 weeks. Well, only. It felt like forever for me as well, to be fair. It felt forever for me as well. Yeah, no, I'm not really good at tank, but I'm proud of my support. I hit Masters 2 on support. Masters 2 support, and I think my DPS was Diamond at one point. Diamond-ish. I think Diamond 3 or 4 or something. But yeah, my support is mostly highest, so. But my tank is gold. It's gold. It's just gold, okay? Like, we're not gonna... You know, I even thought at one point that I should get myself the bronze or something on tank. So I have, like, bronze tank, you know, and everything is high. It's funny. It looks so funny. It's like, holy shit. This is like, really high support with, like, bronze tank. Because I don't play it. Alright, so we have the role queue, which solved a lot of issues, apparently. Well, it did. And added them some additional benefits to the game as well. With role queue in place, matchmaking is based on a skill within a given role, not a skill overall. Some players have wildly different skill. Yeah, we read that. So the ability to matchmake around set roles provides a big measure boost in match quality. Role queue also solidified the identity of each role, and the fantasy of doing that role's job became clearer. That's true. However, the switch to the role queue system did have some downsides, the large of which was longer queue times, which is true. Prior to role queue, the matchmaker, you just needed to find 12 players of similar skill levels in order to put the match together. After role queue, it needed to find 4 players of each role to make a match. The total numbers of players queuing has no effect on this. It's almost solely governed by the ratio of people queuing for the least popular role, giving the game's lower relative ratio of players queuing for tank than other damage and support roles. Queue times went way up. We'll go into details on this later. Yeah, the queue times were crazy for DPS. It was actually quite insane. Super chat, $5 if you want to see a super chat as a cool effect. Fiverr has for the experience. Oh, let's go! Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. I actually completely forgot that YouTube had super chat as well. Work takes all of our time. I try to watch for a few minutes just to support. Oh, bless you, Santi. I really do. I appreciate you all. Each and single one of you. YouTube and Twitch alike. Have to admit. So for this one, we didn't know what we were doing back then. We still don't. Still better than Ubisoft South Park with story pose. This is just a long-winded message of we're not gonna bring 6v6 back. I think. But you know, we never know. Maybe at the end, we'll get some more also some bunky me. Hello? I see you. Hi. Okay, I'll drink. God damn. Damn, you're so bossy today. My mods are bossy. Damn. Okay, alright. We're gonna go. The team tried to address this imbalance in various ways. We introduced a priority pass system that gave players who played low demanding roles, tank, a shorter queue when they switched to damage. This had a positive effect for several weeks, but its influence quickly faded. We also introduced systems to reward players for playing tank, eventually giving them loot box and a bunch of XP for queuing for that role. None of these were able to put a dent in the demand for playing DPS. Damage queue times drifted a bit lower over time, but much of this was due to the introduction of the open queue competitive, and the permanent loss of damage players unwilling to wait that long for a match. Yeah, it was mostly like we should probably go for, you know, what's it called? Multiple with multiple people. If you go stacking with people, it's probably fine, I think. Sorry, I went to get to drink. Oh, good Myanzies. Hello, good to see you. I hope to do the good twist at the end. Come on, she said good ending. Please, good ending. We need to get a good ending. Yeah. Also, see you later, Santi. See you later. Have a good day. No idea what you're talking about. Yes, I'm an innocent crafter. Of course you are. I mean, too cynical at AI companies. Nah. We'll see. Alright, there were additional drawbacks with the role queue. I mentioned earlier that many of our decisions made improvements to the game at the cost of match variety and player freedom. Team compositions were now locked to 2-2-2. This was another step to a more consistent experience within Overwatch, but sometimes consistency can start to feel samey. There were some pretty exciting metas in the pre-roll queue world, and swapping to a hero of a different role mid-match was often a much bigger change and more exciting than swapping to one of the same role. Like hero limits, role queue took away that part of freedom in selecting heroes that served as the base as Overwatch. But I often wonder if the success of it is cut and dry instead of hero limits. Could there be an in-between version that softens the original problems without completely solving them, and also isn't quite as restrictive as our current roles crew system? A bit more on that later. I am good. How is Skeffi? Skeffi's doing alright. Skeffi's fine. She's finally feeling better. And kind of worried about this death post. So, since she just came back, we're still reading out the 6v6 death post for Overwatch. Hoping that at the end, you know, they'll be like, we're bringing back 6v6 as a classic mode or something like that. But, you know, I'm on Copium right now. Maybe I should wear a Copium mask. Maybe. Probably. I don't know. Alright. The third major format change, which is 5v5. These challenges, as well as longer queue times, lead us to the third and the most recent major format change to the game. 10v10? Oh lord. No. The shift from 6v6 to 5v5. This is almost a block within a block, but we're going to cover 3 things. Why we switched to 5v5, queue times after the switch to 5v5, and what the team thinks about 6v6. Oh, here we go. Why we switched to 5v5. This is what everybody wants to know. This is what we want to know. Why? So, there were many reasons behind the transition of 5v5. When we launched Overwatch 2, we talked about the greater individual agency that players could have in a 5v5. Overwatch is a team sport and it requires players to rely on each other to be successful. This was even more the case previously, and the game could be frustrating if your team was out of sync. Many times, fights in the 6v6 couldn't resolve until ultimate abilities came online. Correct that, until ultimate combos could be executed to break through 2 tanks worth of mitigation supported by high, uncontested healing output. The world of 6v6 could have had really high highs, but really low lows. One of the design goals of 5v5 was to try to raise that floor, even though it was at the expense of some of those high moments. Overwatch 2 also has greater emphasis on FPS gameplay. There's less damage mitigation and CC. I don't know about that one. Less CC. Less damage mitigation. Yeah. The CC is still like, I mean, yeah, okay. I guess at the start. I mean, immortalities are a thing, you know. That's damage mitigation in my opinion. The sleep dart is a CC. Anything that slows is a CC. If a Matra has a slow, almost everything has a slow. So, I don't know about that one, but okay. Players get to shoot enemies more. Crowd control could take players out of the game for extended periods of time, especially when they were chained back to back. A 5-second Sombra hack may freeze on a primary fire, Brick Bash, and a sleep, or is a halt, a Sigma Rock could all happen consecutively to one player. Specifically, a tank who would often survive this onslaught. At least in-game, their real-life mental health was another story. Yeah, true. Their real-life mental health was indeed another story. That's very true. So damage heroes often complained that their role was the least impactful relative to the strength of the super powerful tank synergies and support heroes undoing their playmaking. The emphasis on ability cooldown management, ult tracking, shooting barriers instead of players, and not big enough timing windows to shoot enemies and get eliminations were all factors that contributed to this feeling. That was because of shield meta. It was the shield meta. We were shooting shields. Obviously, we had no impact. We were only shooting shields, and people were hiding behind shields, and the supports were healing the shields that were up. Like, I think it's mostly that, you know. Like, fix the shield problem, fix 6v6 there, I feel. It could have been done better. Yeah. They would only survive all of that if the enemy couldn't aim for shit that tank had 2 healers on them. Yeah, exactly. A lot of the transition 5's individual decisions, going away from CC, could have happened in 6v6. That's not a format transition. Yeah, exactly, Fizzy. Exactly, I agree. Someone who likes to be a tank, yeah, it's a lot to keep the team safe. Yeah, but you had 2 tanks. This is Overwatch 1 talk. Yeah, we had 2 tanks before, and now it's a bit different, I would say. So support heroes also had to focus almost exclusively on healing, since there was a bigger team health pools and more incoming damage on the field with the additional tank player. In 5v5, they have more agency to add more damage and duel other heroes. Yeah, okay, that's true. That's what we talked about already, right? That supports are now pushed to do a little bit more damage output rather than focus on the support and heal practically. Alright, tank synergy wasn't always fun. It slowed the game down and stabilized it, while sometimes it absolutely ground to a halt. People point to the double shield meta as a exactly. It wasn't just about double shields though. The ability to stack a very defensive heavy lineup, especially in game modes that required a team to push through a small choke, caused a lot of matches to feel like there was no progress at all. The game is faster now and doesn't typically stall out. It feels like there's more room to move around the map without the need to earn every inch of it. In 5v5 fights are often less focused on moving around in a death ball formation, and there's more room to take angles, flank, and duel other players, which brings in more of that FPS gameplay. Okay. I mean, yes, I guess. But again, like I said, I know that he says it's not only about double shields, but I'm starting to think, I'm thinking back about 66. Like, did I ever feel that tanks couldn't make space? I think if you had 2 good tanks, I felt like it was always doable. I never thought it wasn't doable. I felt that the team play was more coordinated, was more fun. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Depends on the elo, I'd say. Yeah, exactly. I do think it depends on the elo. Balance is what Overwatch 1 suffered from, not format. Everyone hated CC in Overwatch 1, that could have been fixed. Everyone hated double shield, that could have been fixed. UI changes could have been fixed too. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I don't feel like it was a format issue. Still, I don't think it was necessarily a format issue. I think, you know, the thing is, I think, how many times in Overwatch 1 did you have a McCree flanking or Cassidy flanking? You know, how many times did you have that happen? You had that happen in Overwatch 1 as well as in 5v5. It, like, even a Cass flanking in Overwatch 1, right? It was fine if he got away with it, you know, and he could go back. It's kind of like, it's the same movements we're doing this now, but in Overwatch 1. It's kind of like the same thing in a way. So, maybe, okay, I've never played in bronze or like in really low elos, but I can understand maybe that in the really low elos, it might be difficult to, have like these really weird matches where people can't kill anything and the tanks are just standing there and nothing is getting pushed forward and stuff. I can understand that, right? I can understand that. Maybe if we're talking about that, then yeah, I guess. Too many DPS going on flanks was insane. Bastion main mid is living off playing. Yeah, Bastion main, exactly. Oh my god, I love Bastion main, to be fair. Oh my god, he's such an inspiration. Holy damn. I wish it was as good as Bastion on him. That's also a thing. I don't like the new Bastion. I prefer the old one. I think the old one was a lot of fun. It had a lot more impact, was a lot more fun. You know, doing all these all these crazy things like the super jump with the old and stuff. I really love that. Say that the tanks can make space because they spread, they leave the backline open and the enemy at flanks or widow. That's nothing to do with being 6 or 5v5, that's to do with tactics. Yeah, exactly. Tanks go on flanks in Overwatch 1, whereas now they can't. No, if you have a tank that goes on a flank, oh my lord, you're setting up your entire team for a whole lot of pain. Like, their Mauga will just come rushing at this poor soldier who is standing in the front line at that point. Is like, oh my god. And that poor soldier is probably me. Yeah, that's probably me. Oh lord, his ult was way better. Yeah, I love the Bastion ult. I liked old Bastion too. Yeah, I love Bastion. I think old Bastion was so much fun. It's not just tanks that need to create space. I've often had to help create space. Yeah, exactly. To be fair, I think everybody can kind of create space. Like, even in Overwatch 2 right now, I've got a lot of games where my tank is struggling because, you know, he's very... Say like my tank is very adamant into, like, playing Mauga into a diva. Yeah? Say my tank is very adamant on it. He's He's like, I want to play Mauga. I'm not going to switch. I'm going to play Mauga into D.Va. I don't care if D.Va counters me. Fucking hard. I don't care. They have an Adam. I don't care. They have a Zen. I'm gonna push through, you know. And as a DPS, you can still kind of make space by just taking out the support lineup. And you need to flank, right? You need to go around, take out the support lineup, and make it easier on that Mauga who is not wanting to switch. Yeah. So sometimes you do have to make space yourself as a DPS as well, or as a support. You can even do it as a support. But in the end, when space is being made for them, you know, when they start pushing, it is kind of nice having the tank taking the beating. You know, instead of my 250 HP ass, I kind of like the 600 to 700 HP, you know, meat shield to take the beating rather. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. No tank should be on the flank, always on the front line before anyone else. Yes, I was the big Reinhardt guy. To be fair, I've seen some Reinhardts going on the flank and popping off, you know. Back in the day, you could do that because there were two tanks. So one of them could keep the space and the other one could go on the flank and do some cheeky stuff. To be fair, so. D.Va and Winston is not front lines first. No, yeah, D.Va Winston is a dive comp, so that's fine. Crossfiring is a huge concept for DPS to make space. Yeah, exactly. D.Va can be both Hammond and Winston are disruptors. I would say Winston is, yeah, it's a disruptor a little bit. I think nowadays, I don't feel like he's much of a disruptor. He can still actually pop out some damage, whereas I feel Hammond is definitely a disruptor. The tank feeling was so nice because one tank could handle the back line with the other held the front. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like a snake. Yeah, the head and the tail. The head and the tail and the body in between. And consider the body, the DPS and the support, and then you have the main tank as a head and the off tank as a tail, right? That way it forms like a snake. You know, it forms a hole. Right now, we have one tank that needs to be the head and the tail. Maybe the tail, because, you know, the tail is kind of not important because you just can't focus on that. And needs to take the damage from the front as well. It's kind of like, it's difficult. It's not easy for a tank. It really isn't. Especially when flanks happen. It's not easy. Hawk is a great flank as well. Oh, Hawk was 100% a flanker. Yeah. Rework Winston's a bit less disruptor. Yeah, rework Winston, yeah, is. Alright, so let's go back to the poll, see if we get some good news out of this. Oh god. Okay, well 6v6 can have high moments. It's also hard to follow. Tracking 9 other players is easier than 11. But you don't need to track 11, you only need to track 6. No one claims it. Let's go, Ender! I mean, you don't need to track 9. Or, sorry, you need to track 11. You need to track 6. Because you can literally just tap and your team is like, you can see their ultimates. So, why are you tracking that? Like, you don't have to. You just press tab. So, I feel that's a weak excuse. I think that's a weak one. That's a weak one. Tracking 9 other players is easier than 11. I think that's kind of weak. I don't feel much of a difference there. Like, even in 6v6 as a support, it was easy keeping an eye on my team and the enemy team at the same time. It was fine. I think it was fine. Uro boss, get it now? Solo tank is like eating your own tail forever, head and tail combined forever. Yeah, exactly, Vizzy. Yeah, exactly. Well said. Oh, fantastic, Lunar Fox! It's supposed to follow. Welcome in. Good to see you. Welcome. And thanks so much for the following, and thank you. Alright, so while 6v6 have high moments, it can be hard to follow. Tracking down all the... Okay, I still don't agree with that. There are fewer visual effects on the screen, especially during team fights. Overwatch pretty demanding game, and moving to 5v5 make it cognitively manageable. Okay, I can say that maybe less abilities makes it a bit better. Yeah, fair enough. I can agree with the ability bloat. I can agree with that one. Ability bloat, I guess. How have you been liking Once Human? I love it. I love it so much. We're now in phase 3. I haven't played it, but I might actually play a little bit more next week, chat. I might play a little bit more next week so we can so I can actually go through the story and stuff and do some stuff in the game, because I don't have time to game much while I you know, while I like, you know, work with other stuff, so I don't have much time. They're bringing back 6v6. Why? I don't know if they're bringing it back. We're gonna have to see. Because we haven't read the full post yet, so. So lastly, one big benefit of 5 dramatically reduced queue time. So let's explore that. The chart shows rank play queue times per role after the introduction of role queue, the Overwatch 2019, compared to queue times in the pro role Overwatch 2's 5v5 role queue format. As you can see, the shift to 5v5 role queue dramatically reduced queue times for base in all roles, and most notably, the damage role, which is the most popular role. 6v6 queue was like 7.6, Overwatch 2 5v5 like 2.9, post roll 2.8, 1.4, 1.8, 1.3. So yeah, okay. They did increase the queues, but we knew that. We knew that, right? We knew that was gonna happen, so that's fair. The biggest factor driving the difference between Overwatch and Overwatch 2 queue times is the ratio of players queuing for each role. We hear players speculate that the long queue times are as a result of not enough players playing Overwatch. That isn't the case, but instead, the relative to the other roles, players generally queue tank less, leading to longer wait times for all, while we wait for a tank to free up to fight a proper match. So in practice, the actual ratio of players queuing for a tank, damage and support is much closer to the current 1-2-2 format than the previous 2-2-2 format. As a result, the 5v5 role queue format better mirrors actual player interest in each role, and making the switch resulted in shorter queues. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. I love one streamer so much. Oh, good. Apparently phase 3 is really I'm so far I'm not really in phase 3. I'm still in phase 2, but the server has moved to phase 3. Yeah. Alright, the sharp drop off in queue times in October of 2022 is when Overwatch 2, along with 5v5, shipped. The queue times of all heroes dropped are now much shorter than they were in 6v6 roles, and this is all because the game required one less tank in a match. If you look at the current queue times, you can see that there's still a lack of tanks compared to our other roles. But that's because tank is just not fun. Okay, anyways. It's just sad because they didn't make it fun anymore in 5v5, in my opinion. But okay. If you look at the queue times, you can see there's still a lack of tanks. Yeah, just flipping the switch and return to 6v6 would likely cause a return to the previous queue times or worse. Regardless of the amount of players in game, queue times are always reflective of how many people are queued per role. In other words, the main driver of increased queue times is the ratio of players queued in each role. Since there are less players queuing as tanks, queues will likely go back to the way they were before. Okay. But the game became a chaotic mess and then had to do 5 things at the same time instead of sharing that load with their co-tank. Yeah, exactly. I was checking Overwatch numbers, and before this last fight with a big tank, this tank pick rate dropping to a point where it could have affected damage and support queue times. Like to the point where damage queue times were started to rise probably 5 minutes based on the pick ratio. It also depends on what role you queue in, right? Oh, sorry, what rank you are as well. Because higher ranks have longer queues already. They already have longer queues. So, it just all adds up, I think. Oh gosh, here we go. Thoughts on 6v6. Here we go. The game started its life with 6 players in each team. I discussed why we moved away from 6v6, but doesn't mean that it's without any merit. There were moments and madness that could happen with 12 players in a match that just don't quite coalesce when there are 10. It was almost too much to keep track of. Correction, it was too much to keep track of at times, but that was part of the charm. There are big moments in Overwatch 2, but they don't quite have that same chaotic over-the-top feeling to them. It's true. Part of that chaos allowed players to feel less pressure in a match. There was an extra player to take up a bit of the slack for someone who was performing poorly. And since that player was a tank, it had quite a bit of impact. There were a lot more hit points and defensive capabilities to burn through, which had a stabilizing effect on gameplay. Teams would fold a bit slower than they do now. We went over some of the issues of tank synergy earlier, but 2 of them allowed one to focus and protect their backline, while the other held ground and pushed the enemy team. The tank role had a lot of depth in understanding how to work with the other tank on the team. This part of the mastery curve took a long time to learn, and for the small group of people devoted to it, that was part of its allure. Okay. We mentioned the difficulty in balancing tanks for 6v6 earlier, but the past year and a half has shown us that there are issues with balancing tanks for 5v5 as well. For much of Overwatch 2, tanks have been very balanced, but when one of them becomes a powerful outlier like Mauga, they can be felt strongly in the world of one tank. Yep. Exactly. So what's next? Okay, here comes the juice, chat. We're gonna have to juice. I'm gonna read your chats in a sec. But here comes the juice real quick. Okay, that was a lot of setup. I think we've put more effort into this and essay I wrote in college. So where do we go from here? At the end of the day, we want to make the game that players want to play. Because of the challenge mentioned previously, we're focusing on making 5v5 the best experience that can be. However, because we operate as a service to our players, we all remain open-minded to reevaluate our decisions based on your actions and feedback to give you the best experience we can. Rather than introduce a disruptive permanent change to the game, we prefer to explore the space further and make changes based on that exploration. With that said, we're looking at running a series of events to try out different core team composition formats in Overwatch 2. The community has just once or twice suggested a test. Why not put various forms of 6v6 in the game in order to gauge the results? We agree, and based on your feedback, we're exploring how we can test the different forms of 6v6 in the game to gauge the results. This is taking some time, however, for that reason we may not be readily apparent. The first and honest largest reason is the need to do this in a way that allows the game to have optimized technical performance. I'm referring to frame rate and memory constraints with 12 players in a match. There have been quite a few upgrades in addition to Overwatch 2 that can have an impact on the performance of the game. These range from new features like allied outlines, enabling healer vision by default, the addition of more technical demanding hero kits, as well as visual upgrades to the UI, heroes, and maps. In a 6v6 setting, these upgrades can have significant impacts on our players, causing the game to underperform on older systems. Overwatch is a fast-paced game, and maintaining the game that runs smoothly across all of our platforms is important for the player's experience. While a limited time test could arrive sooner, the team is still investigating exactly how long it would take to permanently increase performance across the game. This would be a large effort and will most likely take at least several seasons to accomplish. Another issue, and one that still gives me anxiety about opening this Pandora's box, is what to do with queue times if enough players prefer 6v6 to keep some form of it around. The team was not able to solve this issue previously. While we have some ideas now, there's no guarantee that they will work. Is there a world where people are willing to live with long queue times to play this format? Maybe. But it's a pretty risky move to make. We also have tens of millions of new players that have only played 5v5. We want to be openly mindful not to frustrate those who like the game as it is today. The outcome of these tests will give us a lot of valuable information to consider moving forward. We run the test for a few weeks and gauge the interest from the community. Then we measure the impact it had on other experiences in Overwatch 2, like 5v5, arcade, etc. We take these lessons from these playtests to see what we can learn about the mode within the current game ecosystem and for the future of Overwatch. We would reflect carefully on the learnings on whatever test we run and explore how to best give players what's been asked for, whether that's a world of 5v5, 6v6, or even both. It's for the future of us to figure out. I'm going to jump on a soapbox moment. When you look at the changes from Overwatch since its inception, it is clear that many of those who reduce some of the variety within an Overwatch match. We get the feedback from some players that Overwatch can feel the same from game to game. While much of this gets attributed to the 5v5, we feel that there's more at play here. Besides running experience with 6v6, we'd like to run some of that, re-examine the way we tried solving previous problems. Specifically with the goal of bringing some of the freedom back to an Overwatch match without the severity of issues accompanied for it. For instance, we think there could be other ways of putting a team together that aren't quite as rigid as a set competition, but not as loose as open queue. Your music is drowning out your voice. I'll put it a bit down. Sorry. Alright. So, for instance, I think there could be other ways of putting a team together that aren't quite as rigid as a set composition, but not as loose as open queue. We'll be running at least one quick play hacked based on this idea in Season 13. There are some gotchas to this direction, but after reading 400 pages of this blog, I hope you're all able to see that there are trade-offs to many of the decisions that go into this game and into any game, really. So to wrap it up, for now, your feedback has driven both our inspiration and commitment to testing new ideas in the game. We want to be super thoughtful about how we implement new ideas into the live game because there are millions of players who jump into Overwatch each season, and we want to put in-game to benefit the community as a whole. Ultimately, the Overwatch team wants to continue building the game that you want to play season after season. This blog, or thesis, is rather just the start of this conversation. This isn't the last time we're going to be getting into 5v5 or 6v6, and we can't wait to share more of the plans in the future. In closing, we appreciate you so much, and we love seeing the passion and dedication to the team, Team 4, and the Overwatch community. Tim's here to you. We see you. We're incredibly thankful on this ride with all of you. We can't wait to share the more upcoming moments, and let's make the great game together. Aaron Keller. Alright. So let me bring chat back. Let me see. So, they're gonna do some tests. I like this. I think this is a good change. I think this is a good direction. Don't they have quick play 6v6? No, we don't. We actually don't know. It's all player made actually at the moment. It's all fan made right now. Alright, let me read back real quick. I've seen you have 1.13k subs on YouTube, almost 4k followers on Twitch. Keep up the awesome work, Skeffi, being the best half ghost we all love. Oh, thank you, Ender. Bless you. Thank you so much for the compliment. Thank you so much for, you know, shouting out. I didn't even realize. Thank you so much. Thank you. Alright, I checked the different ranks too. High ranks, support queues were more effective than damage queues, and lower ranks, I think less than master was damage impacted, higher than support impacted. I see. But the recent tank change did cause a tank surge, increasing tank pick rate by 3 to 5%. Because we're OP, right? They're OP. So, yeah, it makes sense. And 6v6 in testing? Yes. I remember 5v5 was in testing. Yeah, now we have 6v6 in testing. But 5v5 testing was... I remember people saying, we don't like this. Please don't do it. I remember that. If I use Moog as an example, he didn't exist until a long time into 5v5, making him a real bad case for and against 6v6. He's made for 5v5, not 6v6. Yes. Yeah, practically. Nukes are too strong to use against a small trap in the middle of the jungle, therefore nukes bad vibes. Good to see that one at least try 6v6 and again in some degree. I will only play when it's out to do my part. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Told her in the start, but I guess she didn't see, or nobody else feels like it does. Oh, I didn't see it. But thank you for warning me anyways. Honestly though, I'm kind of hopeful that we'll get a winning format sometime. Yeah. I mean, what do you guys think they could do? I mean, they're gonna do so much things. They can do so many things with this, actually. They can do so many things. They can do hero ban system, you know, what happens in MOBAs. They can try that one out. So it gets all a bit more spiced up and stuff. Even though I'm not really fully on hero bans. I know some of the other, you know, content creators that I know are into it. But I am personally not too into it because I know for a fact that hero bans can be quite... with the hero pool that we have right now and support not having that many supports and tanks... Well, the roster's growing, right? But with the roster how it is right now, like banning an Ana, you know, and banning, for example, Baptiste and stuff, it could be frustrating for some people. Because some people are just like, they just love to play Ana and it's like, oh. But now what? Or they see a Mercy main and just ban Mercy, you know? And what if the Mercy can't play anything else, you know? It's kind of like, there are also one-trick ponies, of course, and it's like, well, what if I can't play anything else? And, you know, it's, yeah, I'm a bit in between about that one. Smido is so going to compare the 6v6 to the team that comes up with the 6v6 custom pucks. Yeah. I think the custom pucks are very fun, by the way. I've joined the Discord as well. I checked it out a little bit. I know a couple of friends of mine who played it, and they said it's very fun. It's very, very fun. They will open Pandora's box as soon as they bring it back to the test. I can't take it back. Yeah, true. Problem is, it's gonna be a balanced nightmare to have both 5v5 and 6v6. Absolutely. I've been away from Overwatch for too long, I guess. I thought they had a game mode, 6v6 game move in quick play. No. We only have open queue, though. We have 5v5 open queue, you know how the original Overwatch was, where you don't have to have roll lock. But that's about it. Hero bans will not work. We had this discussion back before they introduced Suited 2. It wouldn't work with the limited characters in both tank and support. They did do hero bans once, and it was decided by Overwatch themselves, and that was not good. I did not like that. Not at all. I remember I quit an entire week of playing Overwatch with that ban because they banned Ana and they banned Baptiste. They both banned Ana and Baptiste, and I was like, nah, I'm out. I'm not doing this. No. Nuh-uh. You can't do this to me. The community told them to remove it on day one. Yeah, no, that was not fun. But I like that they are actively thinking of putting it into quick play hacked. I like that. I think that's fun. Like, they're trying to maybe figure something out. Maybe, you know, try and find a middle way. I find it hard to believe that they will find a middle way. But if they do, it would be great. It would be great if they do find a middle way. But it's gonna be difficult, I think. It will be difficult. But, you know, it's better than what I expected, okay? I had very, very low hopes for this. I was like, oh god, they're just gonna explain to us that 6v6 will never happen and y'all can just suck it. That's literally what I expected. That was what I expected from this post. Instead, we got something informative. Something a bit, but I'm still a little bit about, you know, because I'm like, I don't always agree with what's been said. I don't fully agree with what's been said with some of the things. Like, for example, the double shield metal wasn't causing that many issues. It was something else. I was like, nah, you know. And also, another thing is 5v5, that it did increase the impact of the player, but I feel like it increased the individual impact to the degree that if you do have a really bad player on your team, that the whole team suffers. Like, everybody kind of suffers, and it's very hard to actually have it. It's weird because you have an impact, so you have more impact, but if someone is doing bad, they also have that same amount of impact, brings you also down. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. It's kind of like it works in both directions, right? Because, you know what, chat? You know what? Give me a second. I'll show you guys a freaking game that happened to me today. I'll show you guys a game that happened to me. I said it to a friend of mine because I literally told him, like, I can't make this up. I can't make this up, okay? You sent it to me, Baka. Oh, yeah, I did send it to you. That's true. I'm quickly open my browser because I need to save the picture. I didn't actually save the picture. I just, you know, print screened it. Alright. I'll show you guys something funny. Image. Alright. Where is it? Alright, okay, look at this, okay? I couldn't do anything, by the way. I want to point out, I was playing mostly Anna. I could not do anything. Anything at all. Like, I tried to heal these people. I tried. I was playing mostly Anna. I think my other support switched to Anna in the end. But we had a Moira Anna, and this was the other three didn't switch. I can't make this up. I can't do anything. They had a Roadhog upstairs. I slept him. I anti-naded him the whole game long. The whole game long, I was just sleep, anti-nade, sleep, anti-nade, and nothing died. Nothing died. There was no action on it. And this is what I mean with, like, one player, in this case the what's it called, the Roadhog, has a lot of impact, right? Has a lot of impact as a singular player. He's doing really well. He's just doing really well. He's not getting punished, but he's doing just well. And then you have my team, who is not moving forward, really. Who is the bottom one? Which bottom one? What bottom one? What are we talking about? You mean hero? Oh, that's Iliari. The DPS healer I'm talking about.
You missed James's big wall of text.
I missed your big wall of text? Where was your big wall of text? I'll go up for you. What big wall of text? I don't see your big wall of text. I don't see it. I didn't either. Yeah, I don't see it. Yeah, but if Waxy didn't see it and I didn't see it, and what the fuck? See, I was gonna say, if it was a big wall of text, I would have seen it. I would have seen it. But yeah, this is kind of the things that happens in a 5v5 composition. Like, these kind of things can happen, and it's like, you know, that game itself felt so frustrating. It felt so frustrating to play. And, you know, as a support, like, I try my best to make space. I try my best to anti as much as I can, right? And I try my best to help the tank win the fights, right? That's what I try to do usually. And there was just no way. As you can see, I only have 3 deaths. I had only 3 deaths because everybody else was dying, but I just stayed in the back because what can I do? What can I do, right? So yeah, this match is kind of like the exact example of something that would not really happen in Overwatch 1. I've rarely seen this happen in Overwatch 1. Rarely. If it's over 500 characters in one show, yeah, it's true. I'm back. What I miss? Oh, I was talking about that this kind of stuff that I had happen to me today. Today in one of my games. That this barely happens in Overwatch 1. This kind of stuff. This barely happens. Where your entire team is like 0-0. I couldn't do anything. Sometimes you're able to type over 500. Chat limit is 500. Yeah, true. True. Also, thanks so much for the headband. I saw that. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, it's kind of like, you know, how many did you do? What the fuck did you... It looks like a barcode. 500 L's? It looks like a barcode. It looks like something you could spam. Things died so much in Overwatch 1. I feel like dying... Well, even in Overwatch 2, dying is very, very bad. Okay, you don't want to die in Overwatch 2. Like, I always go a bit like, you know... I try to keep my deaths at a minimum as much as I can because it's just so very important to be with the team fights always. But in this case, I had my cast. It was like 007. Like I actually had James Bond on my team, and it's just like I can't even make up how bad. This is 4 minutes. This is 4 minutes of gameplay. This is round 1 complete. 4 minutes. What a barcode. That looks like a barcode still. In 4 minutes, and not a single kill. But the thing is, you can see that there is damage done, right? You can see there is damage done, but nothing is dying. And then you look at their support composition. You have an Iliari, who is an undestroyable bloody pylon behind a place that is really hard to get to, by the way. This is Route 66. I want to point that out. This is Route 66, right? So, he has a really annoying pylon on defense, but it's very hard to get to. Very hard to kill and has a lot of bloody health. So that's A. B, we have a Kiriko who has immortality. It's like it literally negates everything. It negates everything. It's like, oh, you get somebody to 1 immortality. It doesn't punish people anymore. And that's the thing what I miss about Overwatch 1. Overwatch 1 was definitely you got punished for mistakes like this. Like if your tank made a mistake, say goodbye. Say goodbye to the tank. Bye-bye. There was no live weave or live grip. There was no like bloody Suzu and shit. We had Baptiste. Okay, we had Baptiste. At one point. But he came later as well, right? But we had Baptiste. Fair enough. But other than that, there was not really a way of like, you know, getting unpunished. As Samito says often, there was always a way for a damage player to 1v1 a tank player in Overwatch 1. No one getting an elim in Overwatch 1 was a major team skill diff. Exactly. In Overwatch 2, it could happen for more reason than just skill. Exactly. And that's kind of the thing I'm going after, right? That I think a lot of the times, I've had that before, that I had over 10,000 damage done. 10,000 damage and 1 elim. And I'm not even shooting the tank. No, I'm shooting the supports. I'm actually going after the supports here. But the amount of immortalities and live grip or Suzu, you know, all that stuff, it just mitigates my damage. And now with the nerf for, and of course my Cassidy, because I love to play Cass, and now with the nerf on Cass, I'm also feeling like, now it's even harder. So I play Widow now to one-shot because that's the only chance I have. You know, I can sort of one-shot again. So you know, it kind of hurts, and this is why I feel one-shots should be slowly coming back again, because this is like at this point poke damage just doesn't do much. Baptiste wasn't really a security against mistakes though, since a bad mistake from the BAP could make your mistake worse. Yeah, true. Earlier mortality or AoE. Yeah, exactly. It was still punishing, right? It was still like if you make a mistake, you still get punished for it, I think. But I will say, right now, a lot of mistakes are unpunished. Especially like, I think Kiriko is a very big one of this one. Because Kiriko can just go in and then TP out, you know? And that's another thing. It's kind of like, where do we draw the line? You know, where do we draw the line where skill gets rewarded? Yeah, because that's the thing, right? I think that skill needs to be rewarded in Overwatch. And if you're a very good player, I feel like, say like you're, let's talk, like, say like the Fran, for example. The Fran has insane aim, right? This guy has good aim. And say like he tries to kill somebody. You know, if he's 1v1ing an Ana, right? It'll probably win. He'll probably win from a good distance. It'll probably win. But then there's a Live Weaver, you know? The Ana's out of position. You know, she's getting killed by a DPS. Ana's completely out of position. Really bad spot. Should actually be dead there. It's bad. And Live Weaver comes in on his bloody pedal. Whoops her out of there. Okay, position fixed. Not punished. DPS couldn't do anything. And then they get healed to full. And then they have still 2 supports. And, you know, it kind of forces you to do a lot more work to kill stuff. And if you move too far forward, you know, as a DPS, you have also their tank in your face, you know? So it's like, it's difficult. Yeah, it's difficult right now. And I think as well for tanks, it's not really fun right now. Like, if a tank gets really badly countered or gets, like, completely taken out as well, it makes the team fights also not very fun. It doesn't make it fun for the tank either. So, you know, I'm happy that they're gonna experiment a little bit with 6v6, because I do feel like 5v5 has a lot of issues. More issues than they like to show, I guess. In order for 5v5 to work, every hero needs to be skill dependent with a greater skill ceiling and a lower skill floor. Everything was designed that way. I can see a way where 5v5 can work, and that's a maybe, because still might not be enough to make 5v5 work. See, I think there are a couple of heroes that need massive reworks, and one of them is my all-time favorite, which was my main for the longest time, Mercy. She needs a rework. She's not rewarding. She's useless, in my opinion. I'm so sorry for all the Mercy mates. I'm so sorry. But we are useless. We actually are. Our healing isn't cutting it. Our damage boost is only good. Wait, our damage boost is only as good as our DPS or as our team. That's it. Our res, we can't get it off. It's just, where is our skill? It was, you know, game awareness, I guess. But where is it now? We have nothing, really. I just put my Valkyrie and go into aggression mode, you know. I just pop out the Glock. I just come out like pew, 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 you know, and start killing everyone. Because that's just, I don't see how, like, unless my team is really, by the way, unless my team is actually popping the hell off, right? I will damage boost that back out of my team. But if my team is struggling and I am on Mercy, I'll be like, you know what? You know, I see that lone Ana there in the back. Yeah. Nom, 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 nom. I'll just go for a kill. I'll go some sneaky kill. Maybe, you know, a little widow in the corner of the window. Yeah. I see a widow sitting there on her own. You know? But other than that, come on. Come on. And Moira, please stop the lock-on. We don't need lock-ons in this game. Goddamn. Make her aim, please. make it like Symmetra or something. I don't care. Like, make it hard to get a bloody kill on somebody, because it's frustrating. It's never fun to be 1v1'd by a Moira and then having her spam, like, you know, 80. Like, you're just like, oh my god. Stand still. And it's getting really annoying. You can actually just stand still if she does that, but you know what I mean. It's like, oh, god damn. And then she gets away with it because she can heal herself as well. Much fun. Oh, Lord. I remember this one Hammond play on Anubis. Dude was such a shitter, talk shit about one healer who happened to be a woman, and Mike said nothing. Nobody was going in ever. Meanwhile, he went in constantly with half the team dead, so I decided to call him out, flamed him hard for being an R, and received 3-day voice ban for telling him off. Oh, God. Oh, Lord. Hey, K-Dubs! Good to see ya! How you doing? How you doing? That Hammond turned out to be a top 500 spare. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Give Moira the old Sim Beam lock-on. Stronger, but very, very close range. So she has to get really close to Sucksog. Yeah. That would be good. Like, make it... Like, maybe do less damage. Why don't we just make her like a support? Just make her aim. Goddamn. Like, we already have Life Weaver. We already have Mercy. You know? They don't have to aim, really. We can do that. Yeah. We can keep it like that. Maybe Moira can shoot out the little tiny orbs. Like these really tiny little balls. Like boba balls. They can shoot a tapioca ball. I don't know. I'm just coming up with weird Moira reworks. Oh, better yet, just remove her from the game. Nah, okay. I won't hate on Moira anymore. I'll stop. How about the 650? Yes, it's good. They're getting more. Getting to maybe bring old Overwatch back, but I feel the damage is already done by 3-4 key factors. One, the aggressive battle pass and microtransactions. Two, the constant change in character playstyles that might have put people off. What if Mercy's offense was her beam and a word like Moira's beam? Now that is a good... I'm joking. I'm joking. Yeah, I don't know. Have you guys played the Mirror Watch? Have you guys played the Mirror Watch? Oh god. Mirror Watch was fun. That was a good Mercy rework. Oh god. That was a good Mercy rework. Her res explodes around the res spot. It wasn't a res anymore. It was just a body explosion. Body explosion and her staff, this pew. Yeah. It was a pew. Okay, speaking about like aggressive battle passes and stuff, I will say... Actually, I need to go back to this music because otherwise I'm gonna get DMCA'd. But yeah, I will say about the battle pass and stuff. See, I think the battle pass is okay. They removed heroes from the battle pass. I'm fine with it, you know? Explosion or jutsu corpse explosion. Exactly. Yeah. Like, I will say battle pass, I'm okay with it. Like, it's a tenner. You get now coins in the battle pass as well. So every other battle pass, you get one battle pass for free practically. So I'm not really mad about the battle pass. I think the battle pass is like not that bad. Microtransactions though, I can go. Ooh. After the last mythic weapon, I was ranting for a while actually about that because they released the mythic weapon for Reinhardt, which I like the idea of a mythic weapon. I think that's pretty cool. It even has, you know, the weapon inspects that we were promised, by the way, in the game. That we were promised anyways without mythic. But okay, anyways, so it even has a weapon inspect. Totally cool with that. Yeah. But it costs $80? Like, sorry? Why? Why is that $80 for a bloody weapon? Like, even the skin is not like... No, the skins are also $80. Never mind. No. What I'm trying to say is like, it's $80 for a weapon. Why? I know it's mythic, but... And then they have a pack. Costs about £34 in the UK. It costs 34 pounds. But you get the standard mythic. Not the full thing. No. You need to buy extra prisms. About £60 worth, by the way. About £60 worth. So it costs you about, you know, £80 still. Because, you know, it's nice, right? I don't know, man. I think that's so scummy. I still think it's so scummy that it's way too high priced. Like, oh my lord. Loot box, which is better. Only with loot box, with some countries want to ban the game because of the gambling laws. Yeah, it was banned in. It would have been banned in most games. Sorry, most countries then. Not the game most likely, but they could have just banned the shop for them, I guess. But then they wouldn't be able to get rewards, so it's kind of sad, I guess. At least Ryan Main's got a weapon inspect first for their troubles. They've been bullied too long. Oh, the poor Ryans. Okay, that's kind of true. But I feel, you know, I was saying on Twitter the other day, I said it a couple of months ago actually, on Twitter, where people were talking about souvenirs on the battle pass and what things should be not on the battle pass. And practically, I said remove souvenirs from the battle pass because they're useless and add weapon inspects. How about that? Hey. How about add different weapon inspects, you know, on the battle pass? Wouldn't that be fun? So we can actually use it. Because, I mean, who really uses souvenirs? I think the only souvenir I've ever used was for either Genji or Hanzo because their souvenir animation is bloody cool. But that's it. I don't think any of the other souvenir animations are that cool. I think Hanzo and Genji are the best ones because they have like the dragon flowing out of their arm and it's really cool. But who uses souvenirs, really? Skeffi, $500 skin for League. People are stupid with money to purchase it and they rely on those people. Yeah, I mean, I know what you mean, but it doesn't make it less ridiculous, right? It doesn't make it less ridiculous, I think. They know there's gonna be at least 10,000 people buying it, so all they have to do is surprise us as worth making, even if only those 1,000 people buy it. $80,000 for a skin that costs them maybe 20k to make. It costs them less to make that. Because usually it's outsourced. Weapon inspect was promised for Overwatch 2, so technically they really should add a global weapon inspect for each hero and then go back to Ryan's hammer and make the flourish really special and unique because they paid money for it and all. Yeah, exactly. Like if they're gonna add like that was what I was kind of thinking, right? For weapon inspects on the battle pass should be probably weapon inspects that are like really cool, if you know what I mean, like the special weapon inspects that are like maybe like tied to the season theme or something, if you know what I mean. Like for example, Sombra can like hack something and grabs a pumpkin or something like that and throws it away or something like that. I don't know, it's just a small idea, but you know, like flourishable weapon inspect that you can equip, you know, that would be cool. Get rid of souvenirs, we don't need them. I just don't think that souvenirs are like, you know, so I don't use them. I just don't use them. All right, and what is the other one? 3 and 4, as they are linked to scandal at Blizzard and the merger into Microsoft may deter people from trying even playing due to certain other factors I go into for various reasons. They're finally. So the scandal at Blizzard. Scandal Blizzard is resolved. It has been over with. I don't think it should affect Blizzard anymore. Kotick is gone. The perpetrators are gone. I don't feel like it affects it as much anymore. So I don't feel like, you know, it should be still... I don't think it should be harbored. Let me say it like that. That's like holding a grudge for nothing, in my opinion, when things are resolved, in my opinion. Like, when things are resolved and they've been over, I'm like, all right, cool, it's done, over with, close the file, move on, sort of thing. So yeah, I don't hold grudges like that usually, so that's kind of like meh. Merging into Microsoft, I do think Microsoft on the Battle Pass is not a bad idea. I think it's kind of cool that people can play via the Microsoft launcher if they want, and also of course that Xbox players can easily play the game as well. So, you know, I gotta get going. I'll subscribe and I'll check more if your content comes out. Probably more of a YouTube viewer chat. That's all fine, Vizzy, and thank you so much for jumping in and hanging out with us. It's nice to see you. Nice to see you. Nice to meet you as well. And thanks so much for the subscription as well. I appreciate it very, very much. I hope you have a good day. And I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Less than 20k. Whatever, still close to point. It's literally just more money in a comparison to the one on the box and the same people still purchase it. Yeah, true. It's very true, Waxing. And that's why I'm saying, like, for something that costs so cheap to make, it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. But then again, you're right. People are gonna buy it. Oh, thank you so much for the super chat again. See you, take care. Skeffi, take this money since you can't quite adopt me. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. And see you later. Have a good day. But yeah, skins, they shouldn't be selling for that much. Oh my lord. Even the legendary skins and the epic skins are kind of crazy, in my opinion. It's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, that was the Overwatch news. We're gonna get some 6v6. I'm quite happy with that. I'm thinking, since we're on Overwatch, we might play some Overwatch today. Shall we play some Overwatch? Maybe we should play some Overwatch today. Or we can just jump into Marvel Rivals. You know, I kind of find it funny because Rivals, it sounds like it's like rivaling Overwatch at this rate. But I feel like they did came out with a good blog. I don't like the... I mean, I don't hate the blog. I think they did well with it. I'm happy they gave some background from their perspective and talked a little bit about 6v6, 5v5, why they did what they did. And I'm also happy that they're gonna look into it a bit more to see if there's any changes they could make to the game. And I think as long as they are moving in the upwards direction, I think this game will still have longevity. So far. But also because there's addicted people like me. I guess that's that as well. This is why I avoid games with aggressive microtransactions. It proves my point that mobile gaming has infected the AAA game space. Makes me more conscious of my choices for gaming in general. I kind of get you there, Soul. Yeah, I can kind of get you there. That's how I feel personally. No, that's completely fine. It's valid. It's completely valid. I think AAA gaming has been infected very much with microtransactions lately. But the thing is, right? It's like when it's free to play. And they have to keep servers up, right? They're gonna have to make money somehow. And that's why I'm somewhat lenient towards battle passes. I'm somewhat lenient towards battle passes and cosmetic shops. I'm very lenient towards those. Because I'm like, oh yeah, to be fair, they're gonna need to make some money to keep these servers up and running. Because, you know, if the servers go down, you don't have the game anymore. So, you know, I'm kind of lenient in that regard. I can kind of understand that. What I don't like is the massive pop-ups and stuff. Like what Diablo Immortal did very well. If we all know. What was it? 700% value? 700% value? It was kind of crazy. It's been a long time. Also, is this a Just Chatting stream or an Overwatch stream? This is a Just Chatting stream. We just covered some Overwatch. But it's mostly a Just Chatting stream, so we're just chatting today. 800% value. 800% value. Only 99 cents, chat. Only 99 cents. Buy it now. You mean 700% in debt? Oh, God. I'm pretty sure some people got into debt for it. Also, good to see you, Bennett. Good to see you. Welcome in. Yeah, no. Yeah, that's what I kind of mean with, like, I think mobile games are quite, how do you say that? Quite aggressive with their microtransactions. Okay, because I was confused. Yeah, I figured since we were talking about Overwatch, I put myself in the Overwatch section since we're talking a little bit about Overwatch and you know, yeah, we're talking about Overwatch. That's why. Remember the YouTube that spent over 100k and then because, well, it's not really pay to win, so therefore I'm demanding my money back from Blizzard. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. Let me see if I can put myself back to just chatting. Meow, because we just spoke about Overwatch anyway, so the Overwatch news is gone. Are we happy with this news? I would say we are quite happy with this news. I wonder if I can actually I wonder. I'm gonna quickly check something in the meantime. Oh no, I can't. Never mind. Alright. Let me just go to the stream manager real quick and put myself in just chatting now, since we already kind of like... Yes, because he spent so much money. Yeah, he did. He did. He really did. Edit stream info. Let's put myself in just chatting, because that's what we're doing today. Okay, there you go. Alright. Donzo. There you go. Easy. But yes. So, yeah, I feel like mobile phones have gotten a lot more aggressive with stuff like that. For sure. For sure. I'm really thankful for the YouTube advice you guys gave me last time. Oh, good! I'm happy to hear that. Happy to hear that. Honestly, I hope never got this money back. I don't care. Same if you spend the money in gachas. Yeah, chill. What did you do the 2 weeks break you took? I was in the hospital for most of that, actually. I was very ill and I wasn't feeling well, so I was mostly ill. And I played Once Human when I was at home on my controller to feel better. But that's about it. That's what I did in the most 2 weeks of the break I took. I did a little bit of work on the side as much as I could, but most of the time I had to relax, sadly. Oh, needed the hospital? Yeah, I did. I do. That's why I was like, I really wanted to go back streaming, but I had to take care of myself and of my body first before I could go back. And yeah, it was more important for myself to, like, you know, because yeah, if I die, I'm not here anymore. I can't stream. I will stream as a full ghost, not a half ghost. But that would be scary, wouldn't it? Imagine if I go live. Imagine if I go live. Well, I'm dead now. I'm joking. That'd be so scary. I'm gonna make an AI Skeffi. And the streams will never end. Unsupervised AI Skeffi. Skeffi. Yeah, I can't go into specifics, but we insist she took the time to rest. Yes, my moderators took, well, insisted as well to take time off. Trust me, I nearly had to bring out the frying pan. Yeah, you did. Because I'm stubborn. I'm stubborn, Chad. I'm stubborn. Final stream, if my heartbeat flatlines, the stream ends. Yeah, practically. That's how I am normally. I'm normally like even if I have like a flu or something, I have like a massive headache, I have a flu, my tummy aches, everything hurts, and I'm like, I'm just gonna go live. I'm just gonna do it. And I go live and I'm like, hi guys, you know, and I'll try my best. But you know, I'm just stubborn. But I feel a lot better now though. I feel a lot better. So, bad Skeffi, yeah, I know. From the hospital streaming on deathbed. Yeah. I promise I won't do that though. I won't do that. No. If I die, I'll make a Skeffi. And then we have like forever streams. Stream will last forever. 24 hours. Of I don't know. I don't know what Skeffi will do. I'll be scared. I'll be like a ghost haunting over myself. I'll be like, oh, what is she saying? What is she doing? In my stead, what is she doing? I'll be like full ghost. But it's fine. It's fine. Hey, Pixelay, good to see ya! And hi, Jet, as well. Interesting placement of sticky notes. Yeah. I had to put them somewhere. I just figured, you know, I'll put them on my clothing. Why not? Oh gosh, but yeah, no, I was sick for 2 weeks, so that's why I hadn't streamed. I'm happy to be streaming on both YouTube and Twitch again though. I'm happy because I finally figured out a little bit of the issues I was having as well, with my streams being a bit stuttery. Better than an endless reruns. I couldn't handle another wreck fall. Oh gosh, yeah. I know what you mean. Now, we don't have endless reruns. Maybe some reruns in between. Seeing as reruns, I might cry my eyes out. Yeah. I know what you mean. I had the same. Yeah, no. We'll don't do reruns. Actually, why are we talking about me dying? What the fuck? Anyways, we're moving on from that. I'm not dead yet. I'm half ghost, remember? I'm not fully ghost. God damn. But I will say though, my 2.0 is moving forward. It looks very cool. Half dead. Yeah, I'm half dead. Not fully. Only half. Damn. Oh wait, I just realized I still have my browser open on this thing. Let me just. There you go. I need to move also a bit more in the middle, I think. Oh wait, that's the thing. There you go. Yeah. Alright, there we go. Easy. Aye. Enough with the dead talk or I'll begin hammering each and every one of you. We're fine. So how is the ether fault? The ether? Earther? The weather. I was like, what the fuck is an ether? Ether. The weather. Nah. I mean, to be fair, over here it's been very sporadic. It's been kind of like hot and then cold and then hot and then cold again. So it's been very sporadic. Ether is the space between worlds. Or ether. But you said ether, not ether, actually. You said ether. This is weather without a W. But yeah, it was kind of sporadic here, I think. Like the weather is very sporadic here. It's either very cold or very warm, and there's no in between right now. I think this whole weather is just going nuts right now. It's going nuts here, absolutely crazy. Well, excuse me, Prince. What do you mean? I'm just saying. You know how hard it was to read weather without a W? Excuse me. Happy or angry at the death take? I'm okay with it. I'm not happy, I'm not angry. I'm kind of like in between, actually, Lulu. I think I'm kind of hopeful in a way, which is very, very scary because I don't want to be hopeful for Overwatch, chat. I don't want to be hopeful. I don't want to be hopeful. I don't trust it. I'm gonna be high on copium if I'm hopeful for Overwatch. Lots of false promises. Yeah, I think so too. To be fair, I expected more or less a we cancelled PvE thing to happen. I expected more or less that, or like a breakup via text, right? I expected a breakup via text and be like, we're not bringing 6v6 back. Never, ever, ever. And we only did 5v5 because X, X, and X, and that's why we're never gonna go back to 6v6. But instead, they were like, we're gonna try. We're gonna get it. We're gonna just, work on it and stuff. I'm okay with that. Like, we'll see. Also, season 13, they said. Season 13? What in the bloody season are we at right now? Aren't we season 11? 11? 12? Bloody hell, that's like forever ago. Like, forever. Season 13, that's like... Season 12 is coming 20th of August or something. It's like August. And then... What the fuck? It's coming really late. Ah, yes, we love cope. I don't cope for Overwatch anymore. I don't do that. I've stopped. The death block felt like a Ubisoft apology, but we're gonna try at the end a little bit, yeah. Don't get me started on Ubisoft. They ruined Assassin's Creed for me. AC has been awful since Black Flags. Yeah, kind of. I think I love playing the Assassin's Creed series, but I only love the first three. The first three I really liked. I also liked the one in Greece. Which was... I don't know which one that was, but I kind of liked that one. It was okay. I didn't do it for the story. I liked the open world of it all. I think that was kind of nice. Like, walking around in the open world, having your boat and stuff. I don't know. I thought that was kind of cool. I like that. It's not really... It didn't feel like Assassin's Creed to me, in my opinion. It didn't really feel like it. But... I kind of shrugged my shoulders at it. I was like, oh, I kind of like it. I just like the game for if it's not an Assassin's Creed, and just like the game for what I was, I guess. I don't want to spin this sound. No, this X Defiant crap. Hey, don't hate on X Defiant. X Defiant is kind of it's actually kind of good, I think. I think X Defiant is pretty good. It's not really bad at all. Isn't X Defiant doing really well right now as well? I'm pretty sure X Defiant is doing really well. I don't think X Defiant deserves hate. X Defiant is fine. Yeah, I think it's fine. It's doing fine. I think X Defiant is alright. Splinter Cell, I don't know. If you like those games, it's fine. Yeah, I think if you like those games, it's very good. Yeah. I personally don't. I don't really. I have been liking Marvel Rivals though. Since I played a little bit yesterday, it was very fun. How come you won't be doing any Risk of Rain streams too anymore? I do not like the game and just don't want to play it. I just, I'm not really into it. Like, I like the game, but it was kind of like, since I was a variety streamer when I first did Risk of Rain 2, I was more variety and I was playing so many different games that I kind of felt like I needed to niche down a little bit to do a little bit less of, the different games that I've been doing. Because I felt like I was switching games like almost every week. And I kind of had to make a choice where I want to put my focus on, I think. Yeah. So that's probably one of the main reasons why I won't be doing any Risk of Rain 2 streams. That's actually one of the main reasons. It's because I kind of want to niche down into like a couple of games rather than the whole variety route that I went full on into in the first bit. like of my streaming return. Yeah. Which like half a year ago, I think, give or take. Yeah. So yeah, it was kind of like I realized that I was like jumping from one game to another, and there was not really any consistency. I feel, at least I didn't feel like I had any consistency to it. That there was a bit much of, you know, so much different games, so much different genres, you know. Make a list of games you want to play and focus on one game at a time. Yeah, but that's a kind of like, you know, what about Risk of Rain 2 mods? Well, that's kind of falls into it, right? It falls kind of into it. I'm not a Risk of Rain 2 content creator, I think, so it wouldn't really fit me, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not really a content creator for specifically that, right? So I'm kind of going out of variety now, stepping out of variety and focusing only on a few games. And right now those games are mostly like Overwatch is definitely one of them. Overwatch, World of Warcraft, and Once Human. Once Human is definitely in there as well. So there's like 3 games that I'm kind of like niching into, and then I'll be covering quite a bit of. And maybe some Marvel Rivals, because I do think Marvel Rivals is kind of the replacement for Overwatch for me right now. That's why I'm not playing Overwatch. I do think Marvel Rivals definitely replaces the Overwatch itch for me, because I think it's gonna be definitely popping up against Overwatch. But yeah, as you mentioned, yeah, Waxney, to make a list of games you want to play and focus on one game at a time. That's true. Yeah. That's true. And that's why with variety, even though I do like that idea, I still kind of want to kind of go a bit more smaller than that. I think I'm slowly moving out of variety and trying to niche into something more, you know, more into one direction, I guess. Yeah. I guess that's more what I mean.